Throughout its run, Dragon Ball Z averaged a 20.5% rating share. Also, the highest, lowest, and average rating for Dragon Ball Z is lower when compared to Dragon Ball, and the same would apply to Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Kai, and subsequently Dragon Ball Super. But this was thanks to the increase in TVs in Japanese homes and increase in channels on TV, dropping the average. I'll go more in depth on why this is the case in a later video, but for now, let's talk about Dragon Ball Z's highest and lowest rating shares. The episode with the highest rating share in Dragon Ball Z is episode 218, titled Exposed, the Saiyaman is Son Gohan, earning a 27.5 rating share. This episode aired February 23rd of 1994. Episode 218 adapted chapter 443 of the manga, which released October 19th of 1993. The script was written by Takao Koyama, the animation supervised by Masayuki Uchiyama, and the episode was directed by Yoshihiro Ueda. After Spopovich almost killed Videl in their match, Goku went to get her as Senzu. Mr. Satan worries about Videl in the infirmary and is confused over Spopovich's monumental improvement. Arisa and Sharpner, on the other hand, obsess over the Great Saiyaman and Videl. Gohan makes everyone wait so that he can get Videl to Senzu, then have his match. After healing Videl, Gohan rushes to his fight with Kibito, and his classmates find out he's the Great Saiyaman. Tension and suspense rise as Kibito asks Gohan to become a Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan. The episode ends as the crowd gets pissed at the lack of action, and Gohan finally begins his transformation. So this brings me to my question. What made so many people watch episode 218? The ratings did begin to trend upward, starting with episode 213 when the junior tournament ends and the grown-ups begin their prelims. Even more so, episode 218 is the episode that really kickstarts the events that led to Majin Buu. The episodes after didn't dip that much either, but there could be a reason for this. Spring break was coming up. Speaking of which, the promotions for Movie 10, which aired during spring break, could have also sparked interest for the viewers, as half of the next episode preview was devoted to promoting that movie in the original Japanese broadcast. You could say it's because viewers wanted to see Gohan in action due to his growing popularity, but episode 262 and 263, the episodes where Gohan returns with his power-ups, don't suggest that at all. There is a reason for that though, and it ties into the lowest rated episode. For a whole month from March 22nd to April 25th, 1995, there wasn't a single new episode of Dragon Ball Z on Fuji TV. And when it came back with episode 262, the rating share dropped to a 14.9 and didn't really recover until the end of Dragon Ball Z. Then episode 263 aired in the middle of Golden Week, May 3rd, 1995. And dropped the lowest rating of Dragon Ball Z at the time with a 12.9, marking the first time Dragon Ball's rating shares ever fell to a 12. The second and only other time this happened in Dragon Ball Z was episode 273, the lowest rating of any episode in Dragon Ball Z. Episode 273, titled A Demonic Maze, What Is There Inside Boo's Belly?, earned a 12.1% rating share, airing August 2nd of 1995. By this point, the manga had been finished for 2 months. But episode 273 did adapt part of chapter 506 of the manga. The episode script for 273 was written by Masashi Kubota, the animation once again supervised by Masayuki Uchiyama, and Yoshihiro Ueda once again credited for the episode's direction. In this episode, Vegito, after giving Buu a hard time, allows himself to be absorbed. Buu celebrates this by tearing up the earth. The Kaioshin notice Buu's lack of change. Dende and Satan worry over there being presumably no fighters left. After letting his barrier down inside of Majin Buu, Vegito unfuses into Goku and Vegeta. The two of them crush their Potara and go searching for their allies and end up in Buu's stomach. So this is where you get the title of the episode. Because of Goku and Vegeta's exploits inside his stomach, Buu believes Vegito gave him indigestion. Goku and Vegeta's issues with Majin Buu persist throughout the episode, and it ends with the phallic worm rising out of Boo's innards. So this leads me to a burning question. What made this episode the least viewed in all of Dragon Ball Z? Again, episode 263 was the second episode to air after a month-long hiatus, and this episode aired during Golden Week. Another long break ensued, boosting the ratings initially, but that didn't last, and the ratings would just steadily fall until reaching its nadir with episode 273. Those are the two biggest reasons. It would make no sense that the episode after Vegito gets absorbed has 2% less overall viewers otherwise. The hiatuses became more frequent around this time as well. These rating drops at this point in the series could be a side effect of the hiatuses. There was 3 from March to June alone. Also, 273 aired during summer vacation when kids wouldn't have much else to do, or maybe that's the reason the ratings were dropping, because starting with episode 270, which premiered July 12, 1995, ratings dropped from a 17.9 in episode 269 following a hiatus to a 15. And this was during Vegito's fight with Boo, which disproves my point from earlier, so scratch that. Something was just clearly wrong here. The ratings rose back up to a 14.7 the next week, but wouldn't get real high again until the very end of Dragon Ball Z. It could be that the franchise had just worn out its welcome. The manga had finished up in May, the original audience the series was targeted at were adults by this point, and the remaining audience had nothing to look forward to. Until, of course, promotion for Dragon Ball GT began. That's right, next time, the highest and lowest episode rating shares for Dragon Ball GT. Don't miss it. See ya!